Hello friends, and welcome back to our channel. We have some exciting news about Axie, our favorite NFT or play-to-earn game. Just a few hours ago, the Axie team published an article detailing the release of their new game, Axie Infinity Origin. There are so many exciting tidbits that they shared with us today, and we're here to walk you through all of them. Let's dive in. Axie Infinity Origin will feature brand new interfaces, game mechanics, art, special effects, storylines, and an expansive onboarding experience that everyone can join in on. But I'm getting ahead of myself. I'll go through each of the big items that the Axie team shared with us one at a time. Just as a note before we dive in, anyone with current Axies can join in with Origin as it is released. Your Axies will serve as your ticket into all present and future games that fall within the Axie universe. Their catchphrase for this expansion is infinite games, infinite experiences, Axie Infinity. First up, we have the release plan. There will be two initial stages, the alpha phase and then season 0. The alpha phase will be like a beta test for Origin. Origin, unlike its predecessor, will be available globally through Mavis Hub and Android APK. During this time, the Axie team would like to get player feedback so that they can make changes and create an even better final product for the formal release coming later. There will be no SLP or AXS rewards available during the alpha release of Origin, and all trainer progress and resources earned during the alpha window will be reset in player accounts before the formal release of the game. While this may sound like a bummer, we are so excited to have this opportunity to help shape the final release version in real time. How exciting that the Axie team wants us to help them create a better product that will ultimately be such a huge benefit to all of us. After the alpha phase is complete and the Axie team receives the player feedback that they need, they will launch season 0 with all its bells and whistles. Depending on how things go with the alpha phase, the team may move SLP earnings from Infinity into Origin. However, the team will need more time in order to make this decision and may end up leaving Infinity running in parallel with Origin, leaving room for a smoother and less abrupt transition. Okay, now the part everyone's waiting for. What are the exciting new changes that are coming with Axie Origin's launch? Let's first look into the new game mechanics that will come with Axie Origin. Previously, in Axie Infinity, opposing trainers would pick their cards simultaneously at the beginning of the round. Now, with Origin, Axies will carry out their attacks immediately as the cards are played in real time. Trainers will be able to take sequential turns, choosing their cards, creating a more engaging game with constant action. Shift between playing your cards and attentively studying your opponent's moves in order to make the best plays possible. This change alone will already help the game to be more engaging and grant a greater sense of control over your Axies, as the fast-paced battle bounces back and forth between trainers and teams. Unlike before, where unused energy and cards would add up across turns while in battle, there will be a new system for retaining and even acquiring energy and cards, building the strategic decision-making within the game. This change will help to discourage trainers from skipping turns and not using their energy or cards. Let's use those resources. Along with these process changes, there will also be some card changes within Origin. The creators do encourage current Axie Infinity players that most of the cards we all know and love will carry over into Origin, just with a slight twist. The cards will play differently as they will be divided into attack type or defense type, rather than being used for both. Some cards will also have newly described abilities, so make sure to take your time and read through all the different cards, as they may look the same, but will have added new features for you to check out. In Axie Infinity, we have all experienced some of the meta combinations that can happen with your Axies. But continuing with the theme of origins, they've taken these amalgamations to the next level. Now, instead of just 4 Axie skills, trainers can utilize all 6 of an Axie's cards with the new addition of eye and ear skills. In addition, Axie Origins will also be adding 2 new power-ups with runes and charms. These can be equipped by your Axies and will add a number of new buffs. The difference between the two is that runes will provide passive powers, whereas charms are wearables, which will boost an Axie's inherent abilities. In order to craft these power-ups, trainers will need to earn off-chain resources called moon shards from winning battles. As the alpha phase progresses, we'll see more runes and charms released, with non-NFT runes and charms being the first available to players. Later on, we'll see more powerful NFT-based charms and runes being released during Season 0. These more powerful runes and charms will require both SLP and moon shards to craft, bringing us one of our first SLP burning systems in Axie Origin, and bringing in the pay-to-win gaming aspect. Additionally, with each new season of Origins, charms and runes will be removed and replaced, and moon shards will be reset, meaning the trainers will need to be constantly on the outlook for possible new upgrades. These eliminated runes and charms can be disenchanted in order to harvest the resources used to create them. Lastly, trainers can collect legacy charms and runes, as there will be a few unique and rare ones for us to find, which may lead to rewards in the future. Another aspect of the Axie experience that will change with Origin is the use of critical hits. Previously, these random elements often had far too much influence on matches, so the Axie team has decided to remove random critical hits from Origin gameplay. The game will, however, bring with it new above-card actions, such as Rage, which add up throughout the battle, creating a new level of strategy as the trainer seeks out the best moment to unleash their Axie's action. In this case, their rage upon their opponent. Lastly, in regards to game mechanics, Origins will also bring with it a strong focus on being a fast, turn-based game style. This, along with the other changes, makes the slightly more complex Infinity stats with items such as speed unnecessary, therefore reducing Axie stats to simply hit points, or HP. In addition to sharing great detail about the changes to game mechanics, the article published also describes the onboarding process for those who want to join in on the fun. As before in Axie Infinity, each new player will play with a mix of starter Axies, but this time, new trainers can get their starter Axies completely free. You heard me, free. There is no cost for your initial Axies with Axie Origin. These starter Axies are non-NFTs, meaning that players cannot earn SLPs from using them, but trainers will be able to earn access to even more starter Axies as they advance in the PvE adventure mode. Players will be able to use these newly gained Axies in PvP as well, but will need to acquire some NFT-based Axies from the marketplace in order to have greater team composition variety when going into battles. While Axie Infinity players will have little issue learning the new battle system in Origin, there will be plenty of tutorials in order to help explain the different aspects of the game for new players. These tutorials, along with initial progress monitoring feature unlocks, will allow for new Axie players and friends to smoothly enter into the Axie universe as they explore PvE adventure mode. I don't know about you, but all of this sounds like a ball to me. Check back here to learn more about Axie Infinity Origin, set to release by the end of Q1 2022, barring any delays. Thank you all so much for watching, and happy gaming, everyone!